Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so this is Amit Dubey. I am representing Tech Mahindra over here. Uh, Before I start explaining you a good question, excellent question of Ashish sir, what is fight back, with whom we are fighting. I would like to start, rather I would say that the solution that I am going to explain over here is quite linked or related to the solution that has been represented in our first session today. But we were taking it little more like a social movement. And it is a completely funded project by Tech Mahindra, so there are some differentiators. So I would focus on those differentiators. And before I start explaining you anything about it, I would like to narrate you a story, a real life incident of my life. One fine day I was just having coffee with one of my friends on a Sunday evening, and suddenly his daughter entered into the room in a panic situation, quite shivering. And she told us that a couple of guys were following her on the highway. So they first knocked on her car and then they followed her for almost 10 kilometers. Her father just was little shocked and said, "Why did you call me?" She said, "Okay, I called mother, but she didn't take the phone, and then I was panicked." This is not an unusual thing for, at least for NCREs, and I know that most of you might be aware of such situations, such incidents. So this gave us an idea that, okay, let's develop a tool, let's give a tool, because it's a very frequent situation now and everybody needs security. So let's give a tool to everybody which makes them capable to seek help from n number of people by just using their mobile. So we took it as a movement. And guys, I'm inviting you to join that movement which is called Fight Back. So let's not give it up, let's fight back. And the solution is integrated with various wearable devices. We are using mobile phone, as the guy Shulam has narrated. We are using various other ring bands. These are quite cheap ring bands basically. These are accelerometer based, Bluetooth accelerometer based ring bands. These are available at rupees or something like 25-30 rupees, that's all. You can wear it and that will be connected with your mobile. So in a situation when we are not able to even take out the mobile phone or press a button on it, or even making a shake through it, this will always be in your hand because you are wearing it as a friend ring or something, or friend band. So you can make similar shaking gesture through it. It is a dedicated SOS trigger, and it will trigger the similar kind of alerts to n number of people. It will put a message on your Facebook wall or Twitter, and it will also send messages to 10 people, and it will push this information to a server. Now the server is running 24/7. It's being funded by Tech Mahindra completely. There's a dedicated help desk system, call center, and they're monitoring all these alerts. So as soon as this get an alert, they align a nearest security agency which is already partnered with us to provide some sort of help to the girl or victim who is asking such help. So this, as I said initially, that this is a movement, and initially we were having a business plan around it, and after the latest Delhi incident, we made it free of cost, and we got excellent response from the people. We have almost 100,000 plus downloads till now, and for all Tech Mahindra employees, it is mandatory. So I think more than 15,000 girls from TechM only, they are using it from various locations like Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Noida, and other locations. So, and they are taking the help of this help desk every time. So this is not only like you are in a such situation where you seek help because somebody is chasing you, but sometimes you're just going by your own car and the car got punctured and you are in an area which is having no help, nobody, then you can again use the same help system and you can ask for help. So we have captured few scenarios over here where you can use this on a regular basis when the girl is actually working in a late night shift and she is moving from her home to office and she has to leave early morning today and coming late night. She can ensure that whenever she is leaving her home, her location will be tracked all the time. And once she is reached office, it will be stopped. And again, the other way around. So anytime any abnormal thing happens, the alert will go to the control room also and to her parents also and to her friends. So anybody who is taking these risks can provide for that. Now you can see that it gives us a live track of a route. whenever she desires to be tracked. We have integrated various gestures in the phone itself. Like if you are holding your phone, you can make S sign or you can make circle. You can club your launching of that application with that sharp sign, and you can make any sign in the air, and that can be triggered if you are not hearing that kind or something. So we try to make it suitable in every possible situation where it can be utilized. As we have heard that it can also capture images of the surroundings, record audios of the surroundings. But the application has an inbuilt intelligence that it doesn't do that if your battery level is less than 25%. Because it doesn't make any sense we are recording videos or audios if the battery is too low. Because we are more concerned with your location and your other. Then I have some differentiator over here. We have also took a series of presentations to various corporate sectors. So now Qualcomm and Microsoft Hyderabad, they are also offering this solution to their employees that are using it. So now it has been used to various corporate people. Those are having such kind of helpdesk system, dedicated helpdesk system for their own employees. So it's being integrated with their own helpdesk system. We are also integrating it with the police department. So we have taken an initiative to integrate it with the Hyderabad police. Delhi NCR talks are going on probably after the election. We will start a discussion with them. And 1080 helpline number, we have integrated it at various places. So as you can see, the alert goes to Facebook, it goes on various other social media services, it goes on email also. And so these are the various kind of alerts. The alert looks like this. Okay, we have when alert comes, it is shown on the control room like this. There is a siren, a police siren, and the message will pop. And then we can align a nearest PCR van or a security guard or anybody who would go and get us to that. We have a very interesting feature over here. Like whatever alerts we are receiving from different parts of India, we showcase them as areas of vulnerability, and we inform our users that whenever you are passing from those areas, please be safe, please be cautious. Because these are the areas from where we are getting most of the SOS. So you can see this is a real alert section. And these are pockets in India from where these many alerts are coming. And this information is also shared with the police department to increase their patrolling and the beat operations in those areas. So we are using all possible functionalities of the mobile phone, GPS, SMS, location map, GPRS, and social networking site, which is being together integrated, created a solution which could make this entire thing possible. We are using Google Maps in the back end. We are, of course, sharing this data with the police and other agencies in need of such data. So I think I have explained you the various things. Already you have learned from Shungam also. It's a similar kind of application. The good thing is that we are supporting almost all operating systems. We are supporting Android, Windows, Symbian, and we have recently integrated a feature phone also. Using Airtel NBS APIs and Reliance NBS APIs. So where we get this locations from these operators, and then the alert is quick. And in need of such kind of solutions, this is being offered to them. So this is all from my side. If you have any question, I'm here to answer.
Thank you, Avit. It's also very similar to the curriculum we heard first. There are some differentiators he has explained. Any questions?
Yes, please.
Two questions from your side. Yes, gentleman at the back.
If there's no cell coverage, will the SOS still go out?
Actually, yeah, it's a very good question. There's no cell coverage, then at least the trigger is created, and it will first try to go to GPRS. If it is not having GPRS, then it will go to SMS. So our server is capable to receive both either through GPRS or SMS. Most of the time, you would have SMS connectivity, almost 99% on the areas where people live. And otherwise, GPS is, of course, it's not always effective. In some of the pockets, you may not have GPS. So it works as a SMS channel.
It's not like that. it will have a store and forward. There's the power is there. It will be delayed. It can't be
Yeah, it will be delayed. If there's
It
no
can be
no
delayed.
connectivity at all, then it will be delayed because the alert is created, but it will be
Goes
delayed
forward.
only when there is a.
When you have a connectivity area. Okay. Any other?
One more. And what is the average number of SOS alerts have you kept track of per day thus far?
Per day.
Or on a daily basis?
So for these 100,000 downloads that we have today, not everybody would be an active user for sure. I think we have almost 70% active users. So that some of other times were tracked.
His
And-
question is how many others?
I'm going to the answer. It will allow.
No.
But you need to know the numbers actually because I'm giving a number with respect to these numbers. So with respect to these 100,000 downloads, we get hardly 400, 500 alerts per day. That is.
Less is better.
But sometimes again I'll put a star over here that some of these alerts are fake alerts also sometimes because by curiosity or by something people have pressed it and then call center is calling them back and getting.
Yeah.
You mentioned about some wearable device. Where is it available? And also, is this application like usable on low-cost mobiles like Nokia 1100 or
Correct.
1400?
So
Any
these-
kind of small model which comes under 3,000 bucks.
And one supplementary question you said that it is 25-30 rupees.
Yes, so it is what? So what is this device all about? I'm just telling you some information about it. This is normally used as an health monitoring device, not health monitoring, sports tracker sort of device, where your motion is being tracked. Most of the mobile phones do have that functionality inbuilt, but this is an additional accessory. If you wear it in your hand, it will track your motion, everyday motion, and it will, if it is integrated with an application, it can generate lots of information. Now this device is cheap because it is having only two things. One is accelerometer sensor, and another is a Bluetooth connectivity, that's all. And it's available openly in the market, in most of the sports shops and also with the mobile accessory shops. There you can get it. It's being integrated already with our application. So it once you will switch on the Bluetooth and you will provide a Bluetooth connectivity with it after installing the application of Fightback, it will be connected all the time. Then it is one-time process. Once it is connected, it's just you need to switch on the power of the device. You need to charge it regularly because one charge it works for something like 48 hours or 60 hours.
Okay, I think some
So on
questions
the
from the panel.
sports shop, it is available with the same name that you are giving.
There are various different kind of, like you have wearable pendant, you have wearable bands, you have wearable rings. There are different kind of formats depending on form factor quantity.
Two questions actually. One, so you mentioned something that, so if I have this app, it will track me when I'm going to my office and it will stop me when I go to the office. So that's automatic or am I activating?
It's automatic.
It is automatic.
Because both of your locations are geofenced. So once this is one-time process, once your locations are geofenced, it knows that once you reach there, the mobile automatically knows this information, so it will stop it. Or then once you're coming out, it will again start.
Just going back to something Sarike and that I think I raised in the first session, in the first discussion that we were having. When we talk of women's safety, when we talk of women's empowerment, one of the main things is causes. Now, all of us know for a fact that the maximum cases of rapes or sexual violence that happen are from known people in known locations. By making this a factor, by making safety a factor of tracking, are we not sending out somewhere a message that basically to be safe, a woman has to be under surveillance 24/7? That is the only way I as a woman can be safe. If somebody is constantly monitoring my movement, it is tantamount to saying, and then we extend this to children, and then we extend this to other vulnerable groups. So it's tantamount to saying that every single person in this room should perhaps go around carrying a geotag all the time if you want to be safe. Is there something slightly problematic when you look at that concept that my safety is that really what safety should be about?
I think you have really raised a really excellent question because that's why this is more like a social problem. This is not cannot be solved through a technology or something. But you can just enable few things, can empower few things. But okay, you want to inform somebody, yes, there is a technology through which you can inform. But to change the psychology, to change, that's why we name it as a movement because I want to see the day when if you are wearing this watch, nobody would scare if they try to harass you or touch you, because this watch should give them an indication that you have something which is very dangerous for them. So that is something we took it as a movement. I know that it has that inbuilt stigma like, why do we need to be tracked? This is a very genuine question, because everybody has privacy, or they don't want somebody is keeping an eye on them, even though if they are going on to office or coming home. So this is a very genuine question. I'm with you for that.
Sorry, if I may, the problem is not just about that to me. The problem is that somebody should not attack me or should not assault me, not because I'm wearing a watch and they're scared that somebody will come to defend me, but because it should not happen. It is not acceptable. So, I mean, my only worry when we talk of such acts, and this is something which has been going on in the women's movement across human rights forums for a long time, is the only worry is that when you make safety a factor in such things, technology is a great enabler, and there are many ways of doing it, of using it to actually ensure that women are safe. But by doing something like this, and by saying that, you know, okay, I have this device, don't you come near me, I'm scared, somebody will track me. You are essentially telling somebody that now you find a place to have, there isn't a mobile signal or a GPS signal, so find a basement to assault.
No, there are ways through which you can even track the people in basements. I got your question. The question
It's a
is
much
about
bigger
tracking.
much bigger issue. Much bigger issue. I think Sushil Kumar Singh could have answered, not him, Amit. But anyway, we thank Amit for his good presentation and then fight back. Please put your hands together for Amit. We have a last question here. As per